Have you ever stood under a really clear night sky? No city lights, just stars and stillness. Did you feel something? Not just, oh, that's pretty. Something more like your problems got smaller. The argument you had this morning, or the thing you've been worrying about all week, it just dissipated. The sky was too big for it. That feeling has a name, and it turns out it's one of the most important things that beauty can do for us. I've been painting for years and thinking about beauty for just as long. And one of the questions I keep coming back to is this: why does beauty feel like it matters beyond just looking nice? I think I found part of the answer. There is a researcher named Dacher Keltner, and he spent years studying a single emotion: awe. Awe experiences are self-transcendent. They shift our attention away from ourselves and make us feel like we are a part of something greater. And here's where it gets really interesting. Across 5 different studies involving more than 2,000 people, researchers found that feeling awe can reduce self-focus and encourage people to act more kindly towards others. What they found was that awe predicted greater generosity, more ethical decision-making, and stronger pro-social values. So their behavior was bent towards helping others with actions like kindness and generosity and cooperation. In this one study, they took people and stood them in a grove of towering trees. And those people who stood among the trees were significantly more likely to help others and showed decreased entitlement compared to participants in a control condition. Yes, I said entitlement. It's one of modern life's less charming side effects, I guess. But there's a cure for it: trees. Just standing among trees. That is what beauty can do. The mechanism behind all of this is what some call the small self. When you encounter something genuinely vast and big, like a night sky or a great painting, or an ocean or a cathedral, your sense of self shrinks. Not in a bad way, but in a clarifying way. Your personal concerns become less significant in the presence of something larger than yourself. And when the self gets smaller, something else gets bigger. Your concern for other people, your generosity, your sense of fairness, and your ethics. First-hand accounts of awe felt during experiences with religion and spirituality, nature, art, and music often center upon 2 themes: the feeling of being diminished in the presence of something greater than the self, and the motivation to be good to others. It's not a coincidence. That is the mechanism. You see, beauty leads to awe, and awe shrinks the self. A smaller self is a more generous, more ethical, and more loving person. That is why beauty matters. It's not just an aesthetic thing, but it's spiritual. It's about morality. So if the big bad wolf wanted to control the sheeples, he would just divide them through hate and fear and remove beauty from their shared spaces to make sure there is no space for contemplation and awe and love and the sense that life is worth more than what they're being offered. Think about that. This is the part that I find most interesting and most hopeful. Awe isn't just something that happens to you if you're lucky enough to stand under the right sky at the right time. It's something you can cultivate deliberately as a practice. You can choose to seek out beauty. You can build a life with more of it, more art, more nature, more music, more stillness in front of things that are larger than you, And each time you do, you're practicing the small self mindset. You're training yourself to be less self-centered. This is not self-help language, okay? This is what the research shows. And more importantly, it's what spiritual traditions have been saying for thousands and thousands of years. The Christian mystics, the Buddhist monks, and the Sufi poets, they were all pointing at the same thing. Encounter something vast and let it change you. My studio is full of things that give me awe. Plants, paintings, books, the quality of the light in the morning through my windows. Oh, I love that so much. I don't think of it really as decorating. It's just something small that I can do. I think of it kind of as maintenance, as keeping the small self available. Because when I paint from a place of smallness in front of something larger, the work always is better. It's more honest and more alive. And when I don't, when I get too caught up in my own concerns and my own ego and my own ideas about what I should be making, the work really suffers. I'm turning 40 this year, and I feel like I'm only learning how now to be mindful of when my energy changes into the abyss of worry and self-consciousness. There is this phrase that I love, disciplined wonder. Wonder sounds passive, like something that happens to you, but I think wonder is actually more of a choice that we have to make daily. You have to keep making space for it. Keep removing the things that crowd it out, the noise, the urgency of doing the next thing, and the self-importance. And beauty is the fastest shortcut I know of getting there. It's not escapism, it's not indulgence. It's one of the most ethical things you can do for yourself and for the people around you. Don't believe the modern lie that you've been told, the me first mindset. That's not where joy is found. Joy grows when we look beyond ourselves. Let me know what you think in the comments. I really love to read what you guys think. Do you see the connection between beauty and how it changes you as a person? Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.